Welcome to Market Like a Hotshot, episode 39. I got James Feudo in the house.
I know. I can't believe it. We are almost at episode 40.
40. It's almost
Holy
like
cow.
my age.
I know.
No,
I wish.
add a few years.
Yeah. It's like, I keep telling people I'm turning 40 again.
Well, I heard 57 is the new 40. Somebody told me that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, right, when we were younger, like when we were in our 20s, it's like somebody in their 30s felt like so
They're old. Yeah.
And now it's like, they're kids.
They're not kids. Now, hey, I can live in one of those assisted living facilities now. Isn't that cool?
That is wild.
Time to sell the house.
Yeah.
So it's all about, what your goals are later in life, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
True.
So today, episode 39 is setting goals like a hot shot. What do you think of that?
I am excited. I really love goal setting. It's I used to teach a course on goal setting years ago.
In fact, I think we have a course on learning like a hot shot on
We
our
do.
website.
We do.
Setting goals. So I want to tell everyone in the audience too, today we're going to give you some tips and tricks that's going to save you thousands and thousands of dollars.
Right.
Right? Because, you hire those people, they're coaches and all that, and then they give you that bill, we're going to save you a lot of money today.
Yeah, how many people do we talk to that they're like, oh, my life coach told me this and that, and it's like, it's kind of like when people talk about compound interest.
Yes, exactly.
And I'm like, I learned about that in high school,
Mm-hmm.
They're like, hey, there's this thing, if you put $1,000 in the bank, you invested at 10%, you're going to have $1,100 the next year.
Yeah.
And then if you don't touch it, it's going to be $1,220, $1,210 the next. It's like, yeah, no
Forget
kidding.
it, man. It's over. So what we're going to do, why most people fail at goals.
Yeah,
that's a big one. How to choose goals that actually stick. I understand you want to reach for the stars. Everybody do, and I like those stretch goals.
absolutely.
But then a lot of times stretch goals disappoint you because if you
Right.
don't hit them, right? And then, how to build an action plan is big. And I'm going to save you a lot of money right now, right? Don't need to hire a coach. Just do it. All right,
Nike.
we're done. That's
Yeah.
it. Just do it.
Just look at a box of Nikes,
Nikes, and just do
Right
it.
now.
And then how to follow through when motivation dies. Now, we talked a lot about motivation in a couple episodes back.
Yeah.
We had that doldrums episode that we did. We looked out. It was a gray, crappy day. Today's a beautiful sunny day. It's probably one of the nicest days we've had.
It is.
In 2026 so far.
And it feels almost like shorts weather, even though it's like, 40 degrees?
And it's 40 degrees, and it feels like shorts weather. This is what...
Gotta love January and February. I know. What month?
February in Massachusetts.
Although technically this will be March when we release this episode.
Exactly, yeah. So, but we record in February. So, let's get into why most people fail at goals. So, James, I'm going to ask you first. What's some of the reasons why?
Well, I think one of the first things that happens is that, people have that initial momentum like we talked about in the last episode.
Yeah.
New Year's, something exciting and big is happening, and then it just falls off. So some of the common reasons, I think the biggest one is lack of commitment. People they think they're ready for it, they think they're committed, and then like you're going to get up and go running every morning and you're excited that first day, but maybe it's bright out, maybe it's a day like today.
Yeah.
But then, like, the next day it's snowing or it's raining and it's one of those gloomy mornings or you had a rough night. That's the tough part. So if you're not committed.
I'm going to save money again.
Yeah.
So don't want to pay for a coach. On a gloomy day, just do it.
Just do it.
I go to the gym, 6:30. By the way, I'm not going to divert here. Mr. I'm losing weight.
Uh-oh, I thought I could avoid that today.
I haven't seen Mr. Feudo at the gym.
Yeah.
When are you going to go? But, we have many mornings this winter, that was below 10 degrees in the morning. And, do you really want to go out when it's that cold? Heck no.
So one thing I did during COVID, like shortly after the whole lockdown and all of that stuff happened, is I did this program that required me to do a 45-minute outdoor workout every day. I did it for 217 days.
What happened on the 218th day?
I think I had to go on vacation or something.
All right, so this is another point right there. It's a marathon, not a sprint. When you set a goal, your goals are a marathon, not a sprint. You're not gonna get disappointed because a lot of times why they fail, you underestimate effort. That's a big thing.
It's a big one.
You have to understand the effort of your goal. So that's why building that action plan first. And then overestimating your skills and resources.
Yeah.
Do you have the skills personally to hit those goals? If you don't, network with the right people.
Right.
Right. And then, of course, we talk about motivation and poor planning. And then, of course, you know what? You're running. You talk about running in New England in the winter. When you're running on the road, what's in the road a lot of times?
Well, cars, snow, potholes,
obstacles, right?
all of that. It's I
You
mean,
got-
a lot of times people like what you're doing is you go walk in the mall in the wintertime.
Yep. There's no potholes in the
There's
mall.
no potholes there.
Yeah, but man, we go outside.
Yeah.
It's all over. But the Hotshot, the frame of this whole thing is a goal, is a plan. A goal without a plan is a wish, right? A goal without commitment is a fantasy. So commitment, and a plan. Being, committed to a plan. Again, I'm just saving you hundreds of dollars right there.
Yeah.
Write that down. That's what's gonna.
We're going to put this in the episode description. Save thousands of dollars
There you go.
by listening to the first 3 minutes of this episode.
Mm-hmm. That might be good marketing right there. Market like a hot shot. And then this is a big one, right? I want to be rich, but you're setting goals to be rich. Goals versus wants.
That's true. I mean, I just saw a quote the other day. I don't have dreams. I have goals.
That's it.
Tony Robbins once said that goals are dreams with a deadline. So that's another way to reframe it as
All right,
well.
write that down. Write that down. Money saving line right there.
Yeah.
That's it. So wants are desires. I desire to be rich.
Yeah. We all want to be. Everybody
I
wants to be
desire
rich.
to drive our Lamborghini. I want to drive it. It's like you get, you want, what's your goal? What's your action plan to drive a Lamborghini? You want to buy a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
Right? You have a picture of it in your office.
Yep.
What's your action plan to buy that Lamborghini?
The
Write it
action.
down.
Yeah, it's true. Like you do. You need an action plan. And it starts, a lot of times people will tell you, oh, pretend you're in the car, go visit the dealership. And there's that's not necessarily a bad step.
Yeah, no.
Because you go in there, you sit in there, and then it helps you visualize better.
No, you know what you got to do? This is if there was 2 Lamborghini dealerships in Mass, I think there is 2.
Yeah,
Might be
there's
one in Norwood.
There's one on Auto Mile, and then there's one over here in
All right. So
Wayland.
go to one of them dressed like a bum and see what they do.
Yeah.
See how they treat you, and then go to another, all right? And you'll be the rich bum, and then go to another location. Or you can go to the same location, maybe with a wig on,
Yeah.
all right, and a nice suit, right? See how you get treated. And you're the poor man with the suit versus the rich bum.
So interesting.
Yeah, so I don't know, I just diverted totally there.
Yeah, but I mean, like the other thing, that actually reminds me of a movie. You can tell, like, my ADHD is kicking in right now here. But the thing about the goal is that, it's like, it does help if you sit in there. People will say, rent a Lamborghini for the day so you feel, and there is some value. That's what a coach is going to tell you what to do.
Yeah.
But that doesn't really get you there because it's like, great, I drove a Lamborghini. I'm visualizing it every day. That's one small piece of the process. As you said, you need an action plan. So you go in there. It's like, okay, you look at the sticker. All right? The new Lamborghini, the Reventon, is... what is not the Reventon?
Yeah.
It's the I'm blanking on the name right now. I have the picture up there too. But it's like $700,000, right?
Yeah.
So like in order to afford a $700,000 car, versus a $70,000 car, that, like, let's say you drive a $70,000 car, that's 10 times more than that. How do you 10x your income?
Yeah. So this is where you break it down. All right, the outcome, I love the word outcome, is to buy a Lamborghini. That's your goal, right? I want to buy a Lamborghini. I need $700,000 by, let's say, November of 2026. So I'm going to go there. You want to get a deal. You always buy a car at the end of the year. When I bought my car in December, got a great deal. So break it down. The goals need to be broken down, right?
They do. Into smaller, manageable chunks.
Smaller, manageable chunks. So, all right, so think about you're in the digital marketing business, how much money you normally make, how many customers you need,
right,
and how to get those customers. Like, what's your lead generation? So it's almost like a funnel approach.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm like doing this stuff here.
I know.
I'm like lifting up.
And you haven't hit the table yet doing that. So, I mean, so one thing to your point is maybe you have that, like in my case, the Lamborghini Revuelto. That's the name of it. It just finally came back to me.
Yeah.
And you sometimes see those like thermometers with fundraising goals.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's a good way to track progress. You have some visual
Yep.
associated with it, but you need that action plan because you can set all this stuff up. It's nothing without action.
Action and commitment. So choosing the right goals.
Yeah.
What's a good goal?
Something that's aligned with what you're trying to accomplish, something that's meaningful, something that's motivating.
Mm-hmm. How about a bad goal?
Something that you've either inherited, it's outdated. Like by inherited meaning it's someone else's goal that they set for you. Maybe your parents or your boss, and you're not totally excited about it. Or it could conflict with your values too.
Yeah, I know. If you're not excited about a goal,
yeah,
you're not going to survive the boring middle.
I mean,
I like that part because just like the momentum, like a Hotshot thing, right? January. Yeah, my name's James Feudo. I'm going to go to LA Fitness with Jeff. And we're in February, the boring middle, right?
It is. It's tough.
And James hasn't been to LA Fitness yet.
We'll go in March.
Okay, we'll see about Reagan. What do you think, huh?
I think he's got it.
What are the odds, right?
What's the odds? Yeah, Reagan, shout. I know we're going to do shout out to Reagan today.
Our wonderful producer.
Producer's there, hot at work, making sure my hair looks good.
Virginia, a.k.a. Victoria. She'll be back next week when we film, or next time. Yeah, for the next
whatever time she's going to be. So, you know, don't build a goal to please others. That's a big one.
That is a huge one.
Remember, you have to please yourself, not others, right? And then, of course, if they don't fit in your life, they're not a goal. Because your life, what's the outcome of your life? Happiness. Some people want money. Some people want happiness. I personally love happiness, right? What's my goal to be happy? Exercise at the gym in the mornings and be nice to people, right? And then, you know, don't conflict a goal with higher priorities. So when you do set a goal, set the priority level.
You know, this is a common one that I see a lot, and I've talked to a lot of people about this, and they may have a goal like travel the world, right? But then they have a goal which is they want to start a family, and when you start a family, you got to settle down someplace. So you can't
travel the world.
You can't try. I mean, I guess you could,
you have
but
a baby in an RV.
Yeah,
man.
you have the baby in the RV, and then the backpack, and you're hiking through the Himalayas.
You're in Iceland.
Yeah, and I mean, like that's sometimes a challenge. Is that, you know, maybe you think, and that's where it's like a difference between a want and a real goal, because it's like you may want to, and you know, it's not saying you can't travel the world, but you're not going to maybe do it all in a year. Maybe it's a 10-year goal that you spread across there, but that's something again where, you know, it's like, when you start and just like with the blank canvas and start fantasizing, you may find out that goal really isn't a high priority.
Yeah, so setting your priorities is a huge tip.
Yeah.
If you own a business, all right, what's the priority of owning a business? Why do you own a business?
You have to own a business to make money. It's all about.
There you go. So
it's all about profit. You know, a lot of times people talk about revenue.
It's profit. Yeah. Keep your operational costs down.
Yeah.
And revenue up.
I remember like 20 years ago, I was sitting in a meeting, and one of our VPs was like, we need to increase our revenue in this product from 1 million to 2 million. And they start tossing ideas out, and I finally got so frustrated. I'm like, you want to make $2 million? Pay me $2.5 million. I'll give you $2 million back. I'm like, boom. Because I'm like, where we're going with this, we're just focused on the top line. We're not thinking about how to be profitable with that.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is idiotic. And that's a lot of entrepreneurs don't get that.
Yeah.
They're focused on like, oh, I'm a $1 million business. But
what's your operational expenses?
Yeah, but they spend $2 million a year. I see this on Shark Tank all the time.
That was like my lot. I hate to badmouth my former employees, but when my last IT job was at a cannabis startup.
Yeah.
Made tons of money, but man, they bled more money and they went out of business. How can a cannabis company go out of business?
I mean, I get astonished when I talk to. You're right.
It's
I mean,
like crazy.
especially around here, it's like a gold mine. But like, I just see I'll talk to entrepreneurs and then they're like, oh yeah, we're $1 million business. The CEO's not taking a salary.
And they're bankrupt.
Yeah. And it's like they're $3 million in debt. It's like, so profit.
One of the largest companies in Massachusetts, Wayfair, didn't make a dime. They made a lot of money, but their operational expenses were crazy off the charts. And they finally, I don't know if they ever became profitable.
See, this is giving me an idea, and I think Reagan, we got to write this one down.
Write this down.
We need profit like a hotshot.
Profit like a hotshot.
That's going to be
episode 41. So let's get back to motivation, because I think this is where, you set your goal and being motivated to hit those goals, right?
Yeah.
So, what's some rewards when you understand your motivation?
Right. So it's like you want to take that carrot versus the stick approach, right? You want to know why you absolutely must achieve the goal. So there's a few of them, right? There's pride, there's recognition.
I love recognition.
Recognition.
Always recognized when you're in the journey towards hitting that goal, buying that Lamborghini. You just cut a $300,000 deal. You're almost at that $700,000 mark, right?
You're almost halfway there.
Recognize that, right? Recognize when you're doing a better job, better skills. Positive energy is so key. Next week when I'm in Florida, right, for that conference, it's all about positive energy. Everyone's so happy.
Yeah.
You have to have that. The rewarding is really good.
But I mean, the thing too is that when you drive that Lamborghini, you pull up to
a light.
Yeah, and
you
it's
rev
like
your engine,
and you see the way.
There's
you
a hot
hear
chick next door.
Yeah, I mean, you can hear the Lamborghini from 100 yards away, roughly.
Yeah.
You hear that engine, and people look at you differently. So not that you want to make your whole life's value on that, but that's just a quick example of the recognition, right? Maybe setting a goal, and we'll move away from the Lamborghini. Maybe your goal is that. You want to learn another language, right?
I need to learn Spanish bad.
Yeah, it's in this community that we're in, Spanish, Portuguese, Haitian Creole, they're all commonly spoken everywhere. Sorry to divert on a tangent, but my event, I had an event recently, and there was a gentleman and his girlfriend. They both were from Chile. Oh.
Right? So they spoke Spanish. They didn't know any English at all. And good thing the bartender knew Spanish, so it was cool. I was relaying to the bartender, and he said it back to them in Spanish, and then the bartender took a break and networked with them. And it was like we were walking around, meeting people, shaking hands. They had a great time. It made me think, I gotta learn that. I'm going down to Miami. I'm in Miami, right? I gotta learn Spanish because I want to learn. So that's a goal.
Yeah.
Do I have a goal?
There you go. You get your new goal for now.
All right.
So then, the other thing too is that some of our hotshots, you guys work for businesses and things like that. So maybe your goal is to get a certification or get an MBA or finish that degree that you didn't finish. And by getting that certification degree or whatever, I went through when I was at my last full-time role, we did a lot of SAFE, which is Scaled Agile Framework.
Yeah.
So project management, because my team everyone that worked for me were project managers. And then different types of things. That certification makes you qualify for a better job, which could result in more money.
Yeah.
But maybe you need to take a public speaking course so that you can learn to, in order to get to that next level, you might need to speak to groups, right? So there's all these different things that setting goals, it just opens up a whole new world for you.
Yes. So
what about the pain of not achieving though? We talked a lot about the carrot, but not so much about the stick, right?
Yeah, regret, lost opportunity, loss of wealth. You're not paying the bills.
Yeah.
Damaged relationships. You piss somebody off. Don't piss too many people off, man.
I'm going to actually share another quick Tony Robbins technique.
All right, Tony. I'm not walking on any hot stones or anything, okay?
You don't have to do the fire walk. No, I mean, there's one of his programs that I do every year, one of the audio programs, and one of the things I really like about it is, he talks about, imagine yourself 20 years from now with your goal. And imagine one scenario, kind of like in Christmas Carol. In fact, he calls it his Dickens pattern. Named after
Charles Dickens?
Charles Dickens' Christmas Carol. So you're Ebenezer Scrooge. You see what happens with your life going the way it's going. But then you wake up the next morning on Christmas, and then you have that ability to change. So quick thing, set your goal, and then imagine a year out or whenever the deadline for your goal is that you've achieved it. How are you going to feel? Then compare that to if you don't achieve it.
Yeah.
And how you're going to feel that way. And that's one way to give you motivation without, as you said,
Yep.
that coach.
Coach.
Just watch our podcast. You don't need
a coach. Sorry, all our friends that are coaches out there, but man, pick a new profession. So, what's some clearly?
That's a good clip we're going to use, Reagan. Pick a new profession. I love it.
Right. Print that. No.
Yeah.
So clearly defined outcomes, right? So of course they have to be measurable.
Yeah.
And you know to know how exactly you're going to measure that success. Losing weight.
Yeah.
That's an easy one, right? You want to lose 20 pounds, get on the scale every day. This guy is psychic. He lost 0.2 of a pound.
In the last week, I did have something over the weekend where I was away and
I had some brownies or something.
Yeah, I mean, I ended up overeating a little bit, but I got back down. So now my official weight 216.8.
216.8. So he was at UMass Amherst, which is known for the best college food in the country.
Best food, yeah.
Sorry, all right. We'll check you next.
We'll talk about it next time.
So weight loss is a great example. Income goals, we talked about that. You know, hitting that $7,000 mark to buy that Lamborghini.
Yeah.
Job search, of course. When you're on a job search, goal is to get a job.
Yeah.
How do you get there? And we
want to get hired.
We had to hire like a Hotshot way back for an episode. We should probably look for that one. But we're going to talk more about that, I think, in the future.
Yeah, I think we should definitely have a follow-up on
And then
that.
overcoming shyness is a big one.
Oh, that's a huge one.
Yeah, because, I see this a lot in the networking events. Somebody goes and they're shy, but their goal is, meet 5 people. You set a goal.
Yeah,
How do you do that?
I hate to say it, but I've struggled with that throughout the years. Like I went from a shy young teenager to a very
now is the attraction. You gotta play that song.
I know I think we'll have a track like a Hotshot, and then that's when we're gonna release the song.
All right.
But I mean, like I did. I went from having like a very shy personality to be very outgoing, but then I went back to being shy, and now I'm somewhere in the middle.
It's an age thing.
I think it's an age thing. As we get older, so I mean, it's something that.
Don't laugh, Reagan. You're like trying not to laugh there, making. No.
Yeah,
Reagan, I'm like 6 years older than him too. So how can I talk about that?
And everyone's like, "But you look the same age, so good for you, right?" So overcoming, shyness is actually a good goal. Overcoming it, overcoming really any fear that you might have that's holding you back.
Yep.
Those are great goals to have.
And that's those unmotivating days,
Yeah.
If you're too shy to go to a networking event, to meet people. I want to meet 5 people today. You're too shy to go to the gym. Not shy, but you're too unmotivated to go to the gym.
Or too shy to do karaoke. You miss out on a lot of fun.
Yeah, do Metallica songs. Yeah.
Right.
But if you can't measure it, you can't manage it. That's the when you get to an outcome. All right. So what's some action plan like an Hotshot? Steps and milestones. What's a guidance, a little insight here?
Well, I mean, you have your goal, and the goal. We're talking about the Lamborghini a lot. So you have a revenue goal in order to be able to afford that Lamborghini at $700,000, right? So maybe you set those goals at 100,000, 200. You set 7 goals, so those are your milestones, right?
Yep, and put a timing on that too.
Yeah, you have to put a timing on it. So in a year, and here's just a quick Hotshot tip on this. Let's say you're trying to make that $700,000 in a year. You don't have to divide the year by 7.
No.
To make it better math, let's say it's 600,000. It doesn't mean you have to make 100,000 every 2 months, because sometimes what happens with your progress is maybe you're going to make 50 grand that first 2 months of the year, and then maybe you get to that 75 grand, and eventually like your last 2 months. So it doesn't have to necessarily be linear where it's $200,000 or $100,000 every 2 months. You might work your way up where you start off with like 10 or 20 the first couple months, and then you get up to maybe 200-300 the last 2 months. So kind of keep that in mind when you're setting your goals, is that you might be doing steps up, and you don't have to take that linear approach. So.
Perfect. I love it. And we talked about some examples and action plans, working backwards from the outcome.
Right.
Top-down approach. Here's your outcome. You want to get there. Bring yourself down. So,
And I think one of the best examples of that is like when you're trying to go somewhere. Like we're going to go into Cambridge tonight.
oh yeah, yeah.
You need to know where
I'm
you're
driving.
going. It's like, yeah. Jeff is driving because he knows that when he wouldn't let me drive into there because he knows how I drive in Boston.
You know what? He's in a truck too. He's on me a starboard driver, hit the
Yeah.
top of the roof.
I know. It's like, I don't want to do that, obviously. So we avoid that. But like, you got to understand like how, like where you're getting, where you're trying to get at, and like how do you work yourself back? Like, what are the things you need to do in order to get from here to Cambridge?
Yep.
You got to drive through Alston, Brighton. You got to drive through Wellesley, Weston. Like what are those steps those places that go before there? So
I know. So all right. So we talked a lot about setbacks, dealing with setbacks. They're normal. We're all normal. People are normal, right?
that's one of the most common things you're going to face, and that's one of the most common reasons people fail too.
But you know what? Commitment determines resilience. It's resilience. I'm saving thousands of dollars again right here. Being committed, right? And being resilient on those goals, the rough days. The ones that handle the rough days
Yeah.
are the ones that succeed and hit their outcomes, right? You want to, because that builds momentum, and you push those, you get those milestones, man.
Yeah. We talked a lot about this actually in the last episode 38.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, you ever drive down the street in the speed bumps?
Oh, yeah.
And you want to just go down 50 miles an hour down the street. And then you don't realize you just hit a speed bump, right? So setbacks are not stop signs. They're speed bumps. So
That's a good way to put it.
So if you look at, you're not going to stop and just sit at the stop sign, because if there's cars behind you, they're going to beep, right? Yeah, you want to keep going, but you want to slow down for those speed bumps. It's almost like a checkpoint. The speed bump's kind of like a checkpoint when you're hitting that, your road to that outcome. So, and then, so that's what's some takeaways. I know we're hitting the plane. We haven't said this.
Yeah,
in a
you
while.
haven't said it in like
the plane
10 or
at
12
Framingham International Airport.
It's
kind of, Marlboro had an airport at one point, right? Now it's like a condo complex. But so goals must be measurable. What's
Yeah.
another one?
motivation. You really need to understand your motivation behind
Yep.
the goal.
Yep. And your action plan has to be realistic.
Right.
Has to be.
Yeah. It can't be make $1 million next week.
Okay,
and
cool.
You haven't even started your business yet.
Engineer your momentum. How about that one?
I like that.
All right. And you have to hit those speed bumps. Setbacks are to be expected.
Expect it and plan for it. Do like a SWOT analysis sometimes too. That
Yeah.
can help.
Build a system to support your success. You have a systematic approach to your business. I don't think there's a business out there that doesn't have a system. You have to.
Well, I think there are business. I don't think there's a successful business out there that doesn't have a. I think there are actually a lot of businesses that don't have those systems in place.
Yeah.
But I want to actually call out one thing from if you're ever familiar with Lean Six Sigma, which is about eliminating
I was actually
waste.
certified in that.
Me too.
At one time in my life.
Yeah, I actually have the nice book in my office upstairs.
I gave it to Savers.
But I mean, like, one of the things about Lean Six Sigma is sometimes you put things in place so you can't fail. So, like, for example, people were putting the wrong type of gas in their car. Like you have a diesel, you have one of those, like,
Quick
German
story,
cars.
right?
Yeah.
I won't say who this was, but a friend of mine's young daughter put diesel in her car,
Yeah.
and the car got toasted. Basically, it started black smoking all over the place.
But I mean, now one of the things, like, how did they fix that, right?
They had to drain the gas tank. I think.
Well, I mean, how do they prevent it from happening, like, today?
I don't know. It's like
No, what they do is the nozzles actually will not fit in there.
They don't.
And it's kind of like we have outlets behind us.
Well, that's what's that there. All right.
When I was a kid, I stuck a nail clipper in an outlet.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, not very smart. I
Yeah,
was
that's why your hair's up.
yeah,
in
that's
there.
why my hair, even 40-something years later, right? But by accident, I wasn't thinking, and I'm like, ooh, what's? But like now they have outlets where you can't do that. Like you
Yeah.
have to actually it will only take a plug. So like when you put the plug in, it's expecting the 2 prongs.
Yeah.
So like a little kid can't go in there and
Zap themselves.
You can't zap yourself doing that.
It's like struck by lightning.
So I mean, like that's an example. If you can find ways in your systems to prevent you from making mistakes and prevent you from hitting obstacles,
Yeah, you'll have less.
that's gold.
And then you're hitting the outcome. Really good stuff. So, wow, this is a great episode.
I think it is. And again, you save people thousands of dollars.
We're saving you thousands of dollars today. And we also have a goals and learn like a hotshot. We have a class on setting your goals. Check that out.
It's a much more in-depth, if there's, like we really do go deep in depth, deep in depth with with this course. It's really exciting. There's 3 different modules and there's a lot of really good information where we do go into how to choose your goals, how to make sure that you set yourself up for success. And if you do it before March,
it's
March,
$10.
I think it's $10,
And that's going to save you thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Right? You don't
That'll
have to
save you, like, for the cost of a 30-minute consultation with one of these coaches.
Yes, don't do that.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
that's gonna
coaches.
cost you
We're going to
multiple.
get rocks thrown at us. But anyways,
I don't care.
so let's, definitely like, share, follow, provide some comments on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, iHeartRadio, YouTube. Check us out, Market Like a Hotshot, marketlikeahotshot.com. Pretty soon, we'll be able to wear a Market Like a Hotshot t-shirt,
Yeah.
right? Like I did in Florida. It's going to be good, man. And then setting goals like a hotshot. I love it. Keeping those goals. And I'd like to hear from you. I'd like to hear some feedback here. How are you doing with your goals and you reaching those outcomes?
Keep us posted, and we love the Hotshot community, and we've got a couple surprises coming up for you in the next month or two.
I love it, man. Have a great day.